Home, the happiest and safest place for anyone. Having a mother, father, children, it is like a safe haven for so many of us. It's the best, happiest place, the most safest. We're in the most safest hands. A secured feeling, joy. This is what we all know of. The world is familiar with this side of a family. But what turns out even more disturbing is even as I'm talking to you all, even as I'm uttering these statements, there are about 40 children around the world that are dying because of child neglect and child abuse.
Out of this, 70% of children are below the age of 3, with 48% being boys and 52% being girls. Fear, anxiety, insecurity, all these are being the same tools to silence these children, to succumb in this darkness.
Parents being a safe place and parents are the most safest hands has almost become like a cliche, a stereotype, because people somehow refuse to look anything beyond that, and that needs to be broken. It is time we wake up to the truth that there is much more. This needs to be spoken about. This needs to be told. All the voices that is unheard needs to be listened to. Today, we ourselves are standing in front of all of you as a victim, as we fell prey to this child neglect, child abuse. I wanted to share with all of you what it feels like when it's actually, to be honest, I feel so hurt to even be in a position where I'm sharing all these. My childhood wasn't something great because I know how everything every day was literally filled with fights between my parents. I used to be affected by severe wheezing, where I remember there was a day when there was a severe fight that broke out between my parents. My 3 siblings were lying on the bed. It was midnight. They were all just about to go to sleep. I was just there in the hall, just preparing myself, about to go to sleep. A huge fight broke out in the house. He hit her, she hit him. Terrible fight, resulting in they start like a violent attack on each other, throwing things. I begged them. I told them, see, for me, both of you are important. Please don't do this. It's really hurting me. Don't do this. Just think of our lives. Just think of all 4 of our lives. What will it be? They wouldn't listen. And all of you should know, it is not easy. It is not easy to talk. It is not easy to come out about this. Because all of you know us as sannyasis. Yes, even today talking this, bring this out, is with the strength that Swamiji has given through his spiritual teachings. But what we have been through. End of the day, as humans, we have also multiple times in those situations succumbed to the emotions, to the emotional trauma. A child at 7 or 8 is where grows his or her identity, learns ethics, learns principles and morals of life. But at 7, the little bit identity that we had was stolen, was taken away. We were put into constant mental stress and torture to see whom we have to call our mother and father, fight, almost just torturing us. It is not easy. Even today, I still remember the scene stands in front of me. I have had so many sleepless nights because of the noise, the shame, guilt. I will not be able to go outside on the road. I will not be able to lift my head and say I'm from this house, because I know if I do, there will be judgments, there will be uncomfortable silence. Everyone will know that that house is where all the screaming comes from. We didn't have a joyful golden childhood. That night where the terrible fight happened was just one of the many incidents, many times that we were abused. She, as a mother, she just left the house. She went out of the house, middle of the night, walked away. Here, my 3 siblings, screaming, crying, asking what is happening. On the other side, father just goes into the room, just closes the door, doesn't talk to any of us. All these 3 kids were shouting. Even I was crying badly. I was just 10 years old. I didn't know what I should do at that time. It pains me even now if I remember all those incidents. The next day, I cooked food for everybody, and I was just 10 years old. I took the kids along with me to school. I didn't comb my hair properly, because I usually at that time it was she who used to do it. And that day when I went to the school, all my friends were teasing me, telling me, "Oh, your mother forgot to braid your hair. Why do you look like a maid today?" Like, very insulting way. That just made me distance myself from everybody. Before that, I used to be a taekwondo champion. I used to win prizes in drawing, even I used to be a class topper in academics. I used to excel in so many things. But all these situations just pushed me. I just felt that I should just cease to exist. I just felt this life is not to be lived. 3 days later, she came back and just started talking to us as though nothing happened. The fear that I shouldn't lose her again, I just accepted whatever she did. I am so hurt that this is one incident. Even after they just dumped us in Gurukul. They did not join us. Good, they got a free school, and they just felt us as a burden. They just dumped us.
unfortunately it was Swamiji where wherever they were supposed to be dumping us, but it was not dumping. Instead, we were saved, I have to say. Swamiji's beautiful divine intervention happened. But those, I don't know, when she, after I think 2013, we joined the Gurukul. She came asking for Thali Bhagyam. That scene is actually still standing in front of my eyes, where she begged, she pleaded, she asked Swamiji to save her husband's life. Even now I know that what courage, all the energy, whatever Janardhan is doing, but the life that was saved was because of Swamiji. When doctors had given up multiple heart surgeries that had happened, and when Bhuneshwari came begging, it was Swamiji's compassion. Today, I am ashamed. I boil. Every time I remind myself that it was with that people that I had associated myself with.
I have to tell
A group of murderers and womanizers, that is the right word to say, because Bhuvaneshwari even dared to poison Swamiji. Poison, try to make slow poison, and she fed Swamiji with slow poison. Fortunately that we found it out in the right time. Right after finding out, she ran away from the Adilam. 3 years, lost complete touch with all of us. Did not bother to ask how we are, what we are doing, nothing. And only later we found out that she was living with her extramarital affair. After having 4 kids, an affair with someone, and she was living with someone else. When I called and asked her, "Ma, please come back," she's asking me if my father would give more money than that guy. I felt ashamed, even as a human being. And today, she's coming and talking about motherhood. That should go for those 3 years, for so many times that we tried, we begged, we pleaded. Today, all the theatrics and the victim role that she's trying to play is just a distract. For the past 5 months, she has not made a single video, all of you should know. Even now, it is just because we challenged some days before that let her if she has guts, let her come out in public. It is not what all of us think, it is not what media shows, because unfortunately for us, this media that goes on just cheap TRP is just feeding themselves with the money that Janardhan is giving. But the truth is that the cunning fox Janardhan, who unfortunately I called my father till few months before, having been through all of this, and just their vengeance and their revenge and their anger, after looting more than 5 crore money, after taking crores of money, Janardhan looted in the name of negotiation and purchase, and Bhuneshwari in the name of clearing debts, took more than 5 crore and built 2 hotels and never returned. In spite of all of that, Swamiji continues to keep quiet, never once has targeted or attacked. But still, these gratitudeless people, I feel shame burning all over my body when I associate with them. They come out and continue to abuse Swamiji, targeting the sole purpose of their drama is to reach out to somehow attack, assassinate, and finished, Swamiji.
And all we have been asking for is just a simple affidavit telling you're not going to make us file any false rape charge, or you're not going to misuse us. But they have not given that till now. We hope all of you would understand the pain that we are talking from, and we hope we get justice. We sincerely thank all the viewers for watching this, understanding, and really we would look forward for your support. You can tweet it with the hashtag Justice for Nityananda, and we would surely see it. Thank you, Nityananda.